Now more than ever, it's very important that we listen to our intuition. There's going to be a lot of misinformation, just AI, just different people trying to manipulate and everything. More than ever, listening to our intuition is just vital. And a lot of people don't even know what their intuitive voice is. And that's okay. I understand. There was a period I didn't know either. And I also felt like my fear voice was identical to my intuition voice. I mean, literally, my fear voice is like a Shakespearean actor, and it can mimic any voice. And I literally would think I was following my intuition, but a lot of times I was following my fear voice. So how can you tell the difference? Well, intuition to me feels like it's like calming. It's like a steady energy without an intensity. Like my fear voice sort of feels like it's always trying to pressure me into things. Like, hurry up, we gotta go. Like it's always got some kind of thing about it. Whereas my intuition is more like, it's probably not good if you go over there. It's just not good. It's very steady with it. It's strong, but it doesn't use fear tactics really. It just is steady and strong, like an unrelenting voice. Kind of like if you have like a friend or a parent that is just steady with it. They don't try to scare you, but they don't let up until you listen to them. That to me is what my intuition is like. So for you, it might be different, but that's probably how it might be. I also want to say in terms of what we're all collectively going through, I don't know what I can say anymore because it seems like everyone's getting censored right now. But let's just say, and I used this analogy in my live earlier, that there's raspberries and blueberries in the kitchen, and the chef is trying to figure out what he's going to do, what kind of pie he's going to make. And the thing is that right now it looks like there were way more raspberries, and that's probably what is making me more angry than anything else. And that's why I won't watch news that talks about how many raspberries there were and all the things that were wrong with the blueberries. I don't believe in that at all. My intuition is saying, no, sorry, I don't think so. And I'm not the only one. So many of us, the 4 a.m. club that all woke up between 2 and 4 a.m. the day after, we all feel very strongly that something's off. That's because something is off. Something is massively off. This is not normal numbers. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. So if there were just enough raspberries to where we chose to do raspberry pies because there were just enough raspberries, that wouldn't be as destructive to the blueberries. But I think the reason why they put so many raspberries in this calculation is because they also wanted to devalue the blueberries and make the blueberries think there was something wrong with the blueberries, make the blueberries question themselves, make them feel like there's really not that many blueberries after all, so don't worry about it. Most of them are raspberries. I don't believe that's true. I believe 120,000% there are way more blueberries in that kitchen than there are raspberries. And even many of the raspberries, because of their disdain for the tangerine that's in the kitchen, they moved over to the blueberry side because even though they're raspberries, they wanted to be blueberries this year. And there is also peaches that never really got involved in the kitchen drama at all, but because they felt like their rights as peaches were finally being challenged, they decided to sort of hang out with the blueberries as well. Even though they're not really into the whole blueberries and raspberry thing, they decided this year they were going to do something about the whole thing. So we have raspberries that were blueberries, we have peaches that were blueberries, and we have way more new blueberries, way more, less raspberries. A lot of the raspberries didn't like what was going on. So these numbers that the chef is coming up with, they don't match. So that goes back to the intuition. What do you feel is really happening? Think about it. Leave it in the comments if you want. If you want to speak about the chef, you want to speak about the tangerine, you want to speak about the peaches, and how their rights were maybe trampled on. There's so many other things we can come up with, isn't there, in the comment section? But yeah, so I believe that there were way more blueberries. I'm not exactly sure how the chef did it. I'm sure it has something to do with the way that he maybe counted the raspberries, the way he was putting the raspberries and the blueberries in the right baskets. I think maybe he hid some of the blueberry baskets. Maybe he has a machine that makes blueberries look like raspberries. I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'd love to hear from you and what you think. What did your intuition tell you? First of all, does your intuition tell you that there's way more blueberries than raspberries? Because there are. That is the worst thing they could have done to us, is make us doubt ourselves. I mean, blueberries. Blueberries should not doubt themselves. Blueberries should not do interview after interview talking about how the blueberries weren't blue enough, or the blueberries were too blue, or whatever. That's driving me nuts. I won't even watch any of the shows on the Cooking Network because all they keep talking about is what's wrong with the blueberries, and I don't believe that. There's nothing wrong with the blueberries. I mean, other than just basic life stuff. Of course, there's always room for improvement, whether you're a blueberry or a raspberry. There's always room for improvement, but that's not what's going on here, okay? No. The blueberries are fine. The raspberries are fine. The tangerine did some really odd things. Yeah, the tangerine is what we really need to worry about. The tangerine did really weird things in the kitchen for quite a while, but especially right towards the end there. Yeah, it got really weird. So the tangerine, we should keep our eye on the tangerine and all those nuts that hang around with the tangerine. Got all those nuts in the kitchen as well. We don't really like nuts in our pies. Like, not really, maybe, but not really. Not this year. So anyways, I'd love to hear from you and what you think about the blueberries and the raspberries. What do you like? And by the way, if you're a really angry raspberry, or if you're really angry about raspberries because you are pro-raspberry. By the way, I love raspberries, but I really do love raspberries. But in this case, I don't. Not wild about the raspberries. But anyways, I'm not going to keep that down there because it upsets my blueberry soul. So just know that this is a censored area. Thank you for listening. Listen to your intuition, though, because that's what we have right now. We have our intuition. Oh, and I want to say the 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. club thing, I believe that jolt that we all woke up to was maybe like God or the universe jolting us with a blast of our intuition, because we could have fallen into despair, and instead we got this jolt. And I'm totally calm. Like, I feel like whatever's going to happen, it's going to be okay. We are going to be okay. And our ancestors have fought much harder battles. And if we need to fight in the kitchen for the blueberries, for all berries, we will, and we'll be okay. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks.